What's up, guys, and welcome to the Fit to Flourish podcast. Today I'm going to be talking insane tips and tricks to get insane results in the stock market. Okay, so if you are watching this video, then I want you to say this with me. I pledge not to tell anyone about this video, okay, because you're about to join the elite cult of trading. All right, so just kidding, but let's get into it. So tips and tricks for trading. Starting off with the best websites for resources. So for news, the first websites that I always look at all the time, Yahoo Finance for resources on stock market news, CNBC, Market Watch, as well as Bloomberg. Bloomberg works really well for market news as well. And then if you want to track some of these trades made by politicians like Nancy Pelosi and that one guy from Georgia, then capitaltrades.com, it lets you see what these crooked politicians are watching and what they're trading. Very good website. Also, to keep up to date on stock news, you can go to Wall Street Parade, which is really well, and then maximumpain.com. This tells you where option writers want the stock to land, where they want the stock price to land, and also how many options are being written at each price. So you can get a gauge as to where the stock market is going to be moving on a day-to-day basis. Absolute fire. We just started off with absolute fire. Okay, so now let's get into additional resources. These are some of the best books of all time, and if you don't like to read, you're gonna have to get used to it, because this is it. So the first book to get started with trading is A Random Walk Down Wall Street by Burton Malkiel. Options by Ann Logue is very good, as well as Options by Michael Sincere. Options Trading by Michael Sincere. So reading price charts bar by bar will change your game in terms of reading price action and reading the charts. If you don't know how to read the charts, you're cooked. You're cooked in the markets, bro. Like if you're day trading or doing short-term trading, if you're not swing trading for days at a time, then you're cooked. But if you're swing trading for days at a time, then you could just use news and just jump in without knowing stuff. There's tons of traders who just use news and buy and sell using that. But if you're doing short-term trading, you need to read price charts. And then for psychology purposes, Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas is one of the best and most highly touted stock books in terms of psychology. And then the book of all books, this is a series. This is a Market Wizards series. Okay, so this Market Wizards series, absolutely insane. So it literally is interviews with the top stock traders in the history of trading. Okay, and you guys just need to go to Amazon, pay the $23, because it will turn your $23 into tens of thousands of dollars, because that's what it's done for me. I've read this book and I kind of listened. I really paid attention to what the best traders, what are they looking at? What are some of the patterns that they're noticing? When do they trade? How do they trade? How do they put on size? How do they deal with tilt? It tells you everything. It literally gives you the blueprint of how to emulate the best, and that's what you have to do to become the best. You got to copy the best and learn from the best. So that's my informal mentorship that I get by just reading that book. It's like a $10,000 paid mentorship for free, or for $23 on Amazon. So coming back to additional resources, some YouTubers you might want to watch. Umar Ashraf is a very good trader. So he's turned thousands of dollars to millions of dollars. Not sure if it's verified, but he's very truthful, and he's one of the people who does not flex Lamborghinis and stuff. So I do not watch any of those people. But his interviews with other traders is really good in terms of what they look at for the markets. Be the Trader has really good interviews. He's an interviewer pretty much. He's a trader who interviews a ton of traders, and they're giving some absolute gems for free on YouTube. Very entertaining as well. And then ICT trading. You can go look at some of ICT's concepts. They're just old Wall Street concepts. The reason I don't watch all his videos is because he's very kind of a cynical guy, very negative type of mindset. I don't pay attention to that, but there are concepts that he explains in there. He gives them different names, but they're just old Wall Street concepts that you need to understand. So just watch a couple of the videos. Don't fall into that cult stuff with him. And then Al Brooks, Al Brooks has a page on YouTube. He's the writer of Reading Price Charts Bar by Bar, but he has a page on YouTube where he goes over price action bar by bar, and it's pretty boring because he's really into just trading. No entertainment, no Lamborghinis, none of that stuff. But he's a doctor and he's converted to being a trader. Very good stuff. SMB Capital is pretty much a hedge fund that gives free gems online. It's kind of crazy. A lot of people don't know about their page on YouTube. And then Mike Jones Investing. So Mike Jones Investing is a very good page. He recaps the markets every single day. I like to tune into his pages. And then me. So I have my page where I kind of let you guys know about all the resources. So I'm a good resource as well. All right. And then in terms of other tips and tricks, so actually reading things, so reversals. So this is a gem that a lot of people need to know about. This is a tip and trick. So when a trend starts to go in the opposite direction, that's a reversal. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to wait for a trend line break and a strong signal bar to form in order to get in on a reversal play. Reversals occur daily on the smaller time frames, like 5-minute, 10-minute, 15-minute. So they occur at 10 a.m. and 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time every single day. These are signs of reversals that you need to memorize. So strong signals of reversals are shooting star dojis. If you don't know what that is, go back to the trading section in here and I have all the dojis laid out. Slingshot dojis, which is a hammerhead or spinning top doji, micro double tops, micro double bottoms, trend line breaks, double bottoms, double tops, down up bars, and up down bars. Okay. So if you guys don't know what a micro double bottom is or micro double top, so micro double bottom, I can show you right here, is right here. So you have a bottom of this bar by the bottom of this bar. So if it's right next to each other, it's a micro double bottom, or a micro double top if it's like right next to each other. But if it's further out, more than 2 bars out, then that would just be a regular double top. But when it's right next to each other, that is a micro double bottom or double top. Okay, so let's keep it moving because we're going to pack a lot of tips and tricks in here. So additional resources in terms of movies. So these movies are absolute gas. Wolf of Wall Street, Boiler Room, The Big Short, Wall Street Margin Call, and The Other Wall Street and Rogue Trader. These are absolute gas movies. I'm going to be making a YouTube video on these shortly. Indicator bars. So what are some good indications of big moves? So big green bars, big red bars. That's pretty obvious, but people don't pay attention to this. I don't know why. Long tail doji. So anytime you see wicks, it's going to show you dissipating pressure. And then it also shows you increased pressure if it's on the bottom side. So top side is dissipating buying pressure, and then bottom side is dissipating selling pressure. So increase in selling pressure or buying pressure on the bottom, wicks on the top, increase in selling pressure. So consecutive reds or green bars that are decreasing in size also shows you dissipating pressure as well. And how do you want to trade? You always want to trade with the trend, guys. I'm telling you, if you keep trying to counter trend trade, you're going to lose trades. So the trend is your friend. This is a saying that everybody needs to know. The direction of price action rarely changes, and price action typically continues and pulls back occasionally. So reversals are not too common. So really what you're always kind of seeing, even if it pulls back quite a bit, you're really just seeing pullbacks. And then how do you want to buy and sell? So buy at lows, buy at support, buy at one tick above big bullish signal bars. And then when you're above an EMA, an exponential moving average. And then you want to sell at all-time highs, at resistance, one tick below a big red bearish bar, or when you're below the EMAs. These simple tricks will get you far in trading. So this is so much gas. I can't believe I'm giving this out. All right, here we go. Key levels to mark before trading sessions. Previous day's highs, previous day's lows, support levels, resistance zones, and trend lines. So always want to be drawing trend lines, seeing how many times we tapped it, what we're doing. We talked about optionsprofitcalculator.com. It's a good website to show you the different strategies that you can use, like the condors, the spreads, just going long calls, naked puts, all that good stuff. It gives you the calculations of what to expect from your trade that you're going to be putting on. So what you think would be a good trade. Optionsprofitcalculator.com. Finviz is a good website for screening. And then days when trading is volatile. So these are days if you're a beginner trader, you want to kind of stay away from these days. So Fridays with 0 DTE options, extremely, extremely volatile. This is where people lose a lot of money. People make a lot of money sometimes too, but then they lose it the next week. CPI and PPI, so Consumer Price Index and Producer Price Index reports. This kind of gives us a direction of the rate hikes or rate cuts. So like if in terms of the Fed, what they're going to be doing with rates. Earnings reports. So earning reports, you never want to be trading after, like, through earnings. You want to be trading to earnings. So 2 weeks before earnings, you want to start trading, because usually stocks will ramp up or start moving to the upside in anticipation of earnings. And then after earnings, it can go up or down, and you don't want to be holding the bag, because those options have high implied volatilities and they get crushed. And then whenever there's big news, those are big days. And then high volume days, of course, are volatile days. And then we have the principle of the compound effect, which is just kind of like these doubles. This is kind of something you want to just kind of imagine, like, think about this. You're only 10 doubles away from $1 million if you have 1,000 in your account. So if you have $1,000, one double is 2,000, then 4,000, then 8, then 16, then 32. So kind of think of it like that. If you do that, just use possibility thinking. But yeah, that is all I had for you guys today. A lot of tips and tricks all in just one little session here. I hope you guys got a lot out of it, because I know you like the other tips and tricks video for resources. So this had resources and tips and tricks all in one. A lot of stuff that I wish I knew when I started trading. So I hope with that, you guys have an amazing day. Stay fit to flourish, stay fit physically, mentally, financially, and I'm out. Good morning, welcome to the Fit to Flourish podcast. Let's talk wellness, finance, and